Alright guys, sorry about that. I had to switch in the settings, which I'm going to show you guys. It doesn't play like automatic subtitles, so let's start over again, right? Okay, so it's me, Quita, aka Blasian Quita. Welcome to Sin TV, Smart Intelligent News. That's what I bring you. And this is your Simon Cowell, your Joan Rivers of Twitch here. Yours truly, right? So we're going to be playing Harvey Birdman. Great game, Attorney at Law. So if you're a fan of games like Professor Layton, if you're a fan of Phoenix Wright, which I certainly am, you will love this game. This game is absolutely hilarious. But there's one thing I have to show you guys, just as a tip. If you are playing this game, you gotta see the jokes. You gotta see the punchline. It is hilarious as heck. Also, find out today too on the stream, on the show, Tree of Savior has decided to expand their closed beta. So if you are blessed and if you have the chance to get on this closed beta, you will not be disappointed. You better get it. Pardon me here. I tell you, these headphones are so uncomfortable sometimes. So it's like I'm like playing around with the cups and like adjusting them so they're like perfect for me. Now it's good. It feels good. But hey viewers! Okay, so also later on, we're juicy topic of the day. We're gonna be talking about all these videos I noticed on YouTube about how like the men and the women who work at MAC Cosmetics, it's either like a bad experience with MAC Cosmetics or they were not treated right. So I want to answer the question that not a lot of people have been talking about. Are the people at MAC Cosmetics really bitchy? Like, is this really true? So I'm just going to share with you my experience of a MAC Cosmetics that I actually went to where I'm from. So I'll talk about that, and we're going to talk about the Tree of Savior extension and all that. So now let's waste no time, darlings. Let's waste no time. Let's play some Harvey Birdman here. So if you really want to see the jokes and stuff, one thing you want to make sure you do is you go into options here, and then you want to make sure that you go into subtitles here, and you want to turn it to on like that, and then you want to hit accept changes. It'll save the changes for you, which is pretty sweet. So you just want to make sure that you do that. So let's hit yes, and then that's going to save those changes for ya. And where we last left off, guys, is that we were at case number 2 of 5. So this is going to be really pretty fascinating, interesting. And welcome, my friend, to the stream. Thanks so much for watching me. I really appreciate it. And also, too, guys, I am going to do so. Let's get into some Riot Talk, shall we? I am doing something on my show, on the Curvy Metalhead show, of course. Let's load the previous game where we last left off, and we're on case 2, which is the cleaning crew, which is pretty sweet. Alright, so let's rock and roll with that. Let's continue. And what's really cool is you can either start the case over, or you can continue where you last left off. So let's continue where we last left off, alright? Let's rock and roll with that. So let me tell you what's been going on with me. So I got labeled a racist, guys, on the Curvy Metalhead show. You can check out Curvy Metalhead. There we go. That's what we need. Good old subtitles.
My office furniture has been stolen, and one of the two defendants is the guilty party.
So
which one? Is it okay to say
what ended up
I'm
happening,
sure?
I was so shocked.
It's
I received a comment from someone that I was a racist. So I am going to talk about it. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty, guys. This is probably the toughest video that I will ever have to do. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being here. You know, the toughest thing that I've ever had to do, guys.
I appoint you
The
to
toughest
represent the
thing that I've
defendants.
had to do
But, Your Honor,
is
I'm the
to
victim
talk
in this
about
case.
this. Apparently, I am
Fascinating.
racist towards
hey,
black
you're
men,
a
which is
defense
so
attorney.
stupid. So
They're your
I'm gonna just
defendants.
kind of talk about
Defend
that,
away.
and you
Mr.
know, kind of
Prosecutor,
have a
your
personal
case.
vlog and
I like to
reflection
call
about that.
secret
So if you
squirrel
really
to the
want to
stand.
see that, it's really gonna be raw and
cool
gritty,
hat,
my
lovely
friends.
eye thing. Where were you
So
last
go to
Thursday evening around midnight?
youtube.com/user/BlasianQuita. So we had that great cutscene there. We're gonna get into the testimony of what Secret Squirrel has to say about the situation. DJ Side Warrior, thank you for rehosting me again, my friend. I really appreciate it. He's been here with me since day one. I started this stream, and I am always grateful for his support and anybody that hosted me. I really thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it.
The stakeout turned into a strikeout. So I went home.
Secret Squirrel he just looks suspicious, doesn't he? Pardon me, guys. I had to get some coffee here. You know, it's in the morning. So I kind of found my sweet spot is streaming in the day tends to work a lot better than streaming in the evening for me. So what I'm going to do, just to make sure I cater to all of my lovely intellectual minions, is that I'm going to stream in the day like this, and then I'll stream in the evening sometimes too, just to kind of make it fair and balanced and everything. And my workout plan, guys, that's been going really great, man. I've been really feeling healthy and wonderful. So let's get into this cross-examination, shall we? Because we gotta get down to the nitty-gritty here. We really gotta get down into it. So, alright, so let's go here. He said that he took a break before midnight, and he's like, nothing beats a cashew party mix at the time like that. I don't believe that, so we're gonna press him for that.
So, these nuts came in a bag?
Of course. I grabbed myself some nuts in a bag and devoured them as I finished up my stakeout.
Yeah, so he says that he finished it. Alright, so we'll see about that. We will present to him this greasy bag, because honestly, I don't believe what he's saying. He seems kind of sketchy, if you ask me, my friends.
Here is a bag found at the scene of the crime, under the remains of my intercom, attached to a pair of tiny boxers.
Ah, my boxers!
You would think he would wear boxers with nuts on them, right, guys? Like, it's so crazy.
Oh, never mind.
You did?
Well, so far, you've done an excellent job of prosecuting.
I love Men Talk. Men Talk is
give it
great.
another whirl
He's
from
just
the
like...
bright side this time, or I'll find you in contempt of court, and you'll end up sharing a cell with the gorilla over there.
Think.
There
must be something in the evidence that proves this bag is not Secret Squirrel's.
Alright, so we have to present the evidence that could clear Secret Squirrel. So let's continue here. So what's the one thing that would clear him? I would say his boxers. That's what I'm thinking. So let's present those little boxers, of the ones he got probably from, you know, H&M. Just saying.
These may be your boxers that were crammed into that paper sack, but tell us, what kind of nuts did you say you had, Secret Squirrel?
A walnut cashew party mix.
Then this bag couldn't possibly
And
be
see,
yours.
it's covered in
because
peanut
this
oil,
bag is covered in peanut
which is
oil.
interesting.
What? I'm allergic to peanuts.
Don't worry, there's no more nuts left in the bag.
Ha ha!
Even
Classy.
trace amounts.
Say, what now?
I think
Nope, he's
I'm
having a
going
reaction.
into prophylactic shock. Peanuts. Why did it have to be peanuts? Ugh.
All right, medical recess until the squirrel recovers.
But, Your Honor, my client is clearly...
I like that
innocent of
his
the
feet
charges
are
filed
just like
against
twitching, like,
And just how is
like
that?
in the air like that, man. But no, like, it was just crazy to be called a racist. I still can't believe that someone would think I was racist towards my own men. Like, it's just, it blows my mind how, like, people are. You know what I mean? All right, so now we have to prove Squirrel's innocence here. So is it the boxers? Is it he's a secret detective? I think honestly it's the peanuts, since he had a reaction.
He couldn't
right?
have eaten what was in that bag. It would have killed him on the spot.
Correct.
Damn.
I like that he's like
Nice
no
recovery.
one's calling
Not
for
guilty.
like
You'll
paramedics
reconvene
at
to
this
try Magilla
point.
Gorilla
Like
for the crime
hilarious.
instead.
All right. So let's save our progress, of course. Very important to do that. But yeah, I had to get a memory card because I knew, I was like, wait a minute, I can't play through a whole game and then have to play through it again, right? Like, that would just be absolutely super annoying. So let's continue here. We're going to investigate here. Do you
Still hasn't replaced my stuff.
Falcon, I love this.
That's
He's just
still
like,
here. And why is it blocking
like
my
he's
window?
meditating. Oh my gosh. This is the best game ever. Alright guys, so now we're going back into part 2 of our investigation mode. So let's move actually to X's apartment, our evil nemesis. Like, this is gonna be pretty hilarious. Alright, so let's move, and we're gonna go to X's apartment. And we can clearly tell that X really hates us here.
Mrs. Eliminator?
Oh my gosh, that's just not healthy. Can you imagine if you walked into someone's house that you liked and they just had pictures of you surrounded all over? That's just creepy, man.
This is both creepy and flattering.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so let's do some examining here. So first thing we want to look at is the business card of X. So let's get that there. It looks like a business card. So we got some new evidence. Look at that sexy business card. Well, there's some money there. Alright, there's the business card. MyHarveyObsession.com. So clearly, we know that's pretty creepy. We know what he's about. So, alright, so then let's take a look at, we got a receipt here for discount layers. Let's take a look at that. Alright, and that's confirming a subterranean dungeon. Wow, he has nothing better to do, right guys? Seriously. Alright, let's check him out. Alright, let's go back and see if there's any more things that we can observe. Alright, and there seems to be a vacuum tube right here, guys. Let's see. There we go. It looks like, I think that's probably the vacuum for the machine that's in our office, as weird as that sounds. He's up to something, let me tell you guys. Alright, let's take a look here and see. Okay, so that's something, yeah, should pay. Yeah, I can't see Harvey paying attention in science class, not at all. I could never see him paying attention at all. Alright, so we're done investigating here, guys, so let's move back to Harvey's sexy office, where babies are made. No. Oh gosh, I am so horrible. Alright, so let's take a look here. I want to present, let's see what happens when I present the fortune cookie here. Well, it seemed to have opened a safe. Okay, so let's examine that safe, shall we? I just can't believe a lobster's in there. That's crazy. So we got some new evidence. Got that sexy lobster that I would love to have for dinner with Kevin Costner. That'd be kind of nice. I like this. A foul beast. A very, very foul beast. Foul beast indeed. Let me tell you. Alright, let me see. There, alright, let me turn that down there. There we go. Yeah, so that's pretty sweet. And we got another emblem! Yay for emblems! They're always good. Emblems! Alright. So, let's examine that death ray of Mr. X's there. Looks kind of ratchet to me, if you ask me. Alright. And we got a new profile of the X-ray machine here. Alright. So I think what we're going to do is put that tube, because it seems something's missing. So let's present the vacuum tube to the death ray here.
Yeah, maybe this thingamajig fits into the whatchamacallit thing here.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
Got that machine working. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, so we're going to, well, let's examine that lever and see what happens here. Alright, so we examined the lever. Alright, so it's been switched to the on position. Alright, so let's examine that big red button. Let's see what happens here. This game kind of reminds me of back in the day. There was a game I used to play on NES, and it was called Deja Vu. And that was like during, I would say during like the, I would say maybe around the mid 80s to the early 90s. These games were, pardon me here for like itching my armpit. It was itchy. That's just how it goes, okay? It's live. We're doing it live. But those games were really popular. And I think maybe the reason why these games are not as popular as they used to be is it's just, I think people just got tired of the predictability and that type of stuff with these type of games. But the thing, hey viewer, welcome. Thank you for watching me. I appreciate it. Welcome to Sin TV. We're having fun here with Harvey Birdman. And here's a question of the day I want to pose to you guys as well. Tell me what is some of your favorite point and click adventures. I know for me, I love Deja Vu. There was another one called Shadowgate. I couldn't play that. I was so scared to play that as a kid. Oh my gosh, that really... Okay, so let's examine that Toff card. It's a business card. We have some more evidence here. That Toff card. Let's see. That sounds so sexy. Toff Moving Company. Alright. I like this. The card looks suspiciously like a logo on the keys. I agree with that. Alright, so let's save our progress. I think we are going back to the courtroom, my friends. I think that's what's going to happen. So we're saving the data. And you never, ever want to remove your card, guys. From, never do that. I learned my lesson. I tried moving my memory card one time out of my PS2 and it corrupted it. So, you know, I want to make sure you're smart, guys. Don't do stuff like that. All right, let's continue here. Back to the Hall of Justice.
Is your beverage of choice? Coffee. And more than coffee, Javalux coffee. Now, I have your sworn affidavit that you were in the vicinity of the building purchasing a coffee in a paper cup identical to the one found at the crime scene around midnight the evening of the burglary. Sure. Well, then why don't you go ahead and just admit that you did it? All right. You got me. Now can I go home to Mr. Peebles?
Gorilla. He's so stupid. I
well
swear.
Done. Guilty as charged.
Wait, can't we hear some actual testimony here? I mean, there's nothing for me to poke holes through.
All right, let's listen to the testimony
I
from
had just
Mr.
gotten off
Gorilla.
of work. I stopped at the Javalux across from 7 and 7 to pick up a coffee before going home. I spilled some of the hot coffee on my lap. Fortunately, I ordered a triple duper grande and still had some to drink. I stood right up and then couldn't sit down. The pain made everything kinda hazy. That must have been when I robbed Birdman's office.
You know, this game is so funny, man. Just the ball jokes alone are, you know, sometimes I just like some stupid humor. I think that's really what it boils down to. I just like to laugh and just have a really good time. So let's check out this cross-examination here. All right, so now he says that he stood up and he couldn't get down. And I don't think he robbed the office. Like, if you burned coffee on yourself, I think you would be more concerned about your burn, right? So let's press that.
How do you know you robbed my
I'm not a
office?
fan.
Isn't that what I'm charged with? Should I confess to something else? I'm confused.
You couldn't have robbed my office. It's impossible.
All right, so Magilla could have not robbed the office because he was too injured from the stain, the
coffee
burn
you
from the
spilled on
coffee,
yourself
guys.
prevented
Like,
you from
seriously.
sitting down or even bending over. You wouldn't be able to fit through my door.
I suppose that's true.
Oh, sorry
didn't
guys
do
for
it then?
yawning.
Well
it's
done,
just
Harvey.
been
I'd like to
eventful
pronounce our
morning.
primo
Like,
primate
oh,
friend
let me
here.
tell you guys
Objection.
the drama here.
I'd like a chance
so
to further
this is
question
what
the
happened.
witness.
Spoil sport.
I am going for
Mr.
my
Gorilla,
dental appointment
you
today.
say you
I'm
could
just
not
getting
bend
a
over
cleaning.
at the
'Cause,
time of the
hey
crime.
guys, let me tell
Yes,
you, dental
that
it costs a
coffee did it
lot
to
of
me.
money.
Can
let me
you
tell you.
climb,
So I
Mr. Gorilla?
forgot
Like a monkey. Could you
that I
climb
had
up through
changed
the
like
window
my,
of Mr.
my
Birdman's
debit
office?
card.
So
And
that's how
I completely
did it.
forgot to tell my dental,
Objection.
the
I
company
can
that I
prove
have
he
my
didn't do that.
dental for,
Really? How?
There
to
was something that
change
would have gotten in
my
his way.
card over. So what ended up happening is completely I had to completely switch it out, and then all the money that I was going to use for Black Friday, because one of the things I wanted to surprise you guys with was I was going to upgrade my headset. And then, I kid you not, I had to pay over $100 for my dental insurance. It pissed me off. So, unfortunately, guys, I will not have the funds this year once again to enjoy Black Friday. But hey, I'm grateful I'm healthy. I'm grateful I have this stream with you guys. So I really apologize that I have not been able to really upgrade my setup. I'm working on it slowly. I want to be able to get like a 2-screen monitor weight, so that way I don't have to have all this stuff, you know, surrounding me and crap. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll definitely get there. So we have to present the evidence that proves that Magilla could have not climbed in the window, because the brother is super fat, okay? And you know what it is, guys? You really want to know what it is. Let's take a look here. Let's see here.
Jackie here, what do you need?
Now is the intercom, so it's not that. Let's see here. Oh, okay, let's go to profiles. You know what it is? It's the death ray machine, okay? Obviously, he could have not gotten through that window because of that. And you know, today, guys, I just said to myself, I was like, I'm just gonna wear no makeup today. So here I am. This is me without any makeup, just regular skincare. So you can tell I take care of the mug, okay? So, all right, so let's present this death ray.
When I came into my office this morning, I saw X's death ray machine blocking the windows. There's no way Magilla Gorilla could have gotten past it.
Exactly. There's no way.
Not guilty again! Harvey, you're on a roll.
So, let's save our promise. We're doing good, guys. We're doing good. We're doing it live. Doing it live. And then once we finish this case, then we'll take a break here. And then I'll tell you guys all about Tree of Savior's closed beta extension. So that's very fascinating. And sorry for the layout, guys. I'm shooting by 640 by 480. And the reason why is, for some reason, my computer cannot handle the 1080p. I still am shooting at 30 frames per second. It's just my computer couldn't handle it. So I'm sorry that there's black screen kind of surrounding the game. But sometimes you just gotta work with what you got, right? So let's continue on here. That's just so wrong.
Anything?
Come on in, Birdman. You're the man of
This
the
is
hour.
so random. They're just in this hot tub, just like
who's the
chugga
stiff?
chugga lugga
Birdman.
choo choo.
Just what this party
Even a
needs.
glass.
More sausage in the soup.
Oh. So you're an animal, they tell me.
Magilla.
I'm a
He's such a
primate.
pimp, man.
You know, I still don't have any clue what happened to all my stuff.
Then let's figure it out. Oh, this'll be great. Court is in.
The hot tub.
All right, but I want to prosecute this time. It's my stuff we're talking about here.
I call defense.
Done.
I call
and
defense.
Done. Harvey, call your first witness.
Peanut?
This is so crazy,
yeah, I'll
guys.
testify.
I swear.
As long as I don't have to actually stand.
Deal.
You know,
Go.
and I'm
I
noticing
call
too,
Peanut
I'm
to the
turning
stand.
more into a retro gamer, because that's
Boja.
kind of been the trend.
I
Retro
know
gaming
you had
has really
something to do with
made
this. Come clean.
a comeback. I know there's Pat, the NES punk, I think, on YouTube. He's really cute to me. I don't know why. I think all the guys are pretty attractive from Cinema Massacre. Especially Angry Video Game Nerd's friend. Oh my gosh, I am just in love with him. I swear. I love him. He's funny. He's totally like the type of guy that I would totally go for. You know what I mean? You know, and I don't blame Angry Video Game Nerd, of course, married and has a daughter, so has a child, which is awesome. I love it when parents share their geekery with their children. I think it's a good thing. I mean, if your kid doesn't turn out to be a geek, you don't want to pressure them, you know? But it's a good thing. So let's hear the testimony here.
Okay, here goes. I didn't steal anything, period. How's that for a testimony?
How's that? That's the best testimony I've ever heard. All right, so let's cross-examine here. See what happened. Alright, so said he didn't steal anything. So I think we're gonna have to press that.
Come on, Peanut, play along. Tell us what you did that night.
I was playing darts at the birdcage. That's where I ran into X the Eliminator. He seemed a bit intoxicated, so I offered to look after his death ray device. Oh my. I would do the same for any friend.
Alright, so you said he was playing darts at the birdcage, so alright, let's see here. So he says he would do the same for any friend. Let's see about that.
So, you're friends with X the Eliminator.
Well, by friend, I mean more like
I like,
business
you see, I be like
Then there would
Gigi,
need
I
to
be
be
getting
right.
mine. Like, I don't blame her. And there's nothing wrong with having a massage from a good-looking man. Nothing wrong with that. And guys too. I mean, I would give a massage to a hot-looking guy. I've done it before, and let me tell you, it is a lot of fun. Oh, it's a good time. But I digress. All right, so let's see here. So he said he would do the same thing for any business associate. Really? We're gonna press him again for that.
I would
don't
beg to differ
believe
with this
that.
statement, but I think it sounds just fine.
All right, so he says it sounds just fine. Okay, so then what we would do is we are going to present that stack of money. I think he was bribed, my friends.
What about 1,000,000? Or at least 1,000 reasons.
Yeah, those would be the right reasons.
Exactly. All right, so so we're gonna press him for that. To why? Like, why would he trust
How did
X?
you get that
Like,
thing
that's
all
crazy.
the way back to my office by yourself?
I drove.
You don't have a car.
I know, I drove X's car.
So that explains those keys.
Yep, regular old car keys.
Now, let's see what X has to say about all of this. Next witness.
That's my line. Line taker.
Can I call X to the stand?
Better.
That was good. Yes,
Spill
that
it,
doll.
baghead.
That
Can you
came
tell
out of
us what
nowhere.
happened that
Blow up
night?
doll. That's great. See, I don't, I know this is it'll sound supremely strange, but who cares? Like, I don't blame like some guys for wanting to have a robotic girlfriend, because some of these ladies are jerks out here. Like, there's this one, I forgot the name of the show that I was watching, but it's like this, I think it's the Stepford Wives. Like, I would love to have that would be great to have a man with remote control. Like, that'd be so sweet. Like, I would have no problems with that, That'd be pretty awesome. Okay, so let's check out the testimony from the defendant here.
I was
From
out
Mr. X.
celebrating the opening
I like
of my
men
new
talk. He's like,
business, and I suppose I may have you 2 minutes.
He's just like
I
appears.
asked Peanut if
Oh,
he'd
that's
watch after
great.
my death ray machine for me. I don't remember what happened afterward.
How you doing,
And now
viewer?
I
We are
find
playing
myself accused
Harvey
by you
Birdman.
of robbing you blind. Me, your #1 fan. A foe. I mean foe. Ah.
That was the worst testimony I've seen in my life. Like, that was just supremely bad. All right, so let's do the cross-examination. We're gonna get back. We're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty here and find out like what the heck happened here. All right, so he says that he doesn't remember what happened afterwards. I beg to differ. I think he does.
Did you give him these keys?
Yes, they're to the mother's escort. Damned escort.
I just don't trust him, man. He's just so like so sketchy. Okay, so he says that Pino drove him home and kept his keys. Well, we know that he did not. I don't really think so here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna present that Toff business card. Alright, so let's present that.
Would those in fact be keys to a moving van rented out by this company?
Yes, how did you...
It's so hard to talk about. But I'm finally moving into a place of my own.
Say, tell me more about this place you're moving into.
So, he's gonna do a revision here.
Well, I finally decided to move out of my mother's basement. I needed a moving van, and I paid Peanut to lend me a hand with lugging everything. My arms are so sore from packing and moving that I can barely move them. Anyway, it's a quiet little place. It's on the water with an amazing view.
He just looks stalker, like creepy, you know? Don't you love those people that just look creepy? Like, those are the men that I attract. Like, I just attract creepy looking guys, you know? And I was telling my friend that jokingly, and she's like, you know, you may end up with one of them. And I was like, yeah, that would be great, to fall asleep to a man that looks like, you know, he could destroy me. Like, that would be totally hot. No. All right, let's check out this cross-examination here. All right, so let's take a look here. So you said it's a quiet little place on the water with amazing review here, but I don't know about that. So I think that Larry's discount referrals receipt here, it's a dungeon. So he lied about the location, guys, right?
What kind of view do you have in an underground lair?
Darn it! That was supposed to be a surprise. I had a whole set of death traps installed just for you.
So, X, where did you get the money for something like that?
Oh, shut up. You know what I did. You've known it all along.
I did? I mean, yes, I did.
Just do it. Do it! Lay down that final piece of evidence. That last piece of the puzzle
that will
reveal
seal my
crime
fate.
and seal my fate.
That's so epic. So we have to present evidence that reveals X's master plan. All right, so honestly, we know what this is. He was selling stuff online with his business card. So what we want to do is we want to present that business card.
MyHarveyObsession.com. We buy/sell Harvey Birdman memorabilia. Huh?
Damn you,
Oh,
Birdman.
I just like some good coffee in the morning and a good game. Like,
Once again.
that's what gets me going.
I still
man,
have some
let me tell
questions,
ya.
though.
Oh, let me.
It's
X's
provocative.
nefarious
No.
plot was to auction Harvey's
Actually, I
stolen stuff
watched.
off to the
I need to
highest
watch
bidder,
Blades
which,
of
since it
Glory
was all
again
worthless
because
to anyone but
that movie
Harvey,
is
would be
hilarious. If
Harvey.
you have not had
Then
a
X
chance
hoped
to
to make
watch
a
that,
bulk trade, the
please
missing
do.
office furniture,
It's so
or
good.
Harvey's crest.
And then I also have been watching stuff. I have a new
yeah,
segment
that's
on my
exactly
show
what I was
called
going to say.
Interracial Masterpiece Theater. So I focus pretty much on like movies that focus around diversity or like an interracial theme. So the next film I'm going to be checking out, it's called Dear White People. So it's supposed to be kind of like this reflection of what some people of color go through when dealing with different experiences with white people. And I always like films like that because it's just interesting to me the perceptions that people have on like people of color. I just think it was really interesting. So let's continue here.
Well, everybody, everything's back to normal.
Falcon is my
Peanuts,
favorite. I love him.
X, do you have anything to
I just like
say
seeing
to
him
me?
wingspan meditating. That was
drawing a
good.
blank?
And I just like how they're all in
Something
like
to do
sweaters
with
and
you
crap, and they
loaning
still
me your
got wings
crest?
and crap.
No,
It's like, how
you
does
can
that
thank
even
me
work?
for not pressing charges.
Oh, yeah. I guess I could. But I won't.
One question. There was something found on 2 pieces of evidence that wasn't explained at trial, and that was...
And I love how nothing's ever explained. So we have to present the evidence that was not explained at trial. You know, the thing I'm kind of curious about is the coffee cup. Like, no one talked about that. Like, nobody
Peanut
talked
oil,
about
both
it.
on the nutsack and on the coffee cup. How did that happen?
It's not a nutsack if it don't have nuts in it.
Nutsack! Ha ha! Finally getting that.
And the coffee cup with peanut oil?
Yeah, that was mine. And that wasn't oil. Although it was a peanut derivative.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. So we just wrapped up case number 2 in Harvey Birdman. That was fun, man. And they had so many good voices. You got Colbert in there and stuff. So I would love to do a show like that someday. That would be really fun. Alright, so we're winding down the nitty gritty here, guys. These cases are getting longer and longer, right? And then we'll also go through some of the special features as well. So case 3 is from Glamour to Slammer. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna cover some of the news that I was mentioning earlier in the stream. So let's rock and roll here, shall we? So this is coming from MMO site. Let me actually like zoom so I can like actually like read this crap. Okay, there we go. It's like my eyes are getting worse as I get older. You know, another thing I noticed when you're getting older too, you just have this weird urge to moisturize. Like, I remember I could use lotion like twice a day and be okay. Now I'm like moisturizing the bod at least 3 or 4 times throughout, you know, or 3 to 4 times throughout the day. It's like I go through lotion like alcoholics go through whiskey. Like, it's ridiculous. So Tree of Savior, this is coming from news.mmosite.com. Tree of Savior's closed beta test extended to December 9th, and 2 new languages have been confirmed. IMC Games just announced that the second closed beta for Tree of Savior on Steam, which was originally planned to be ended on November 25th, will be extended for 2 weeks. That means that all servers will be closed on December 9th. So you have been lazy and you haven't started playing. I think my character is like level 33, so that tells you I have been straight up grinding. And the other thing that I'm going to be doing too, and that's my next mission today as well, will be to get into a TeamSpeak group. I've been looking for Tree of Savior TeamSpeak groups and I have not found any. I know there are tons for a lot of first-person shooter games, as well as there are games like Diablo 3, for example. There are a lot of TeamSpeak groups for that, and you can also get into these TeamSpeaks through TeamSpeak directories. So I've been checking that out too. And they have them all over the world too, so you can pick whatever country that you want. I've been looking mainly at the ones here in the US, but I also was going to take a look at the ones in Europe too, like in Great Britain or the UK, you know, stuff like that. It would just be cool to game with people from other parts of the world and like get their 2 cents and experiences in regards to that. So this was the announcement that was tying it back in here, the announcement to the extension of the beta event. And here's another additional thing. They also decided to include an experience event. So for the rest of the duration of the time, you will be getting additional experience, which will help you to level up a lot faster. So they said, we are glad to announce that our second closed beta test on Steam will be extended by 2 weeks. Therefore, closed beta test will end on December 9th. Okay? All servers, including the Latin American server, will be closed all on the same day. And it says, since many people are asking us to provide a experience boost event, we will start the event right away after we finish posting this announcement on the forums. And then this experience boost will last until the end of the test. So I'm so glad, because let me tell you, Tree of Savior is kind of hard to do, gain experience. It takes some time. So if you don't have those experience up cards, like you will be grinding for quite some time. And that's something I think is a cultural difference as well. I noticed that like the Eastern type of MMOs are kind of based on that grind and getting your levels up, whereas American players, like some of us, not all, because everybody has different playing styles and what they're interested in, they tend to lean more towards they want the leveling with the story, but they don't want to grind so hard per se. And thus I think that's why maybe sometimes other countries kind of like dumb down games when it becomes the Americanized version, because they feel like we won't be able to handle the difficulty level. I especially saw this in Final Fantasy games, because what I noticed is that a lot of people, when I would check out gameplays of like the Japanese version, and a heck of a lot harder than the Americanized version on certain things. And I think that kind of needs to stop because that's kind of stereotyping American gamers. A lot of us are interested in challenges. Like for me, I just like playing the game and experiencing it. Like for example, unfortunately guys, I won't be able to play the bouncer because I can't get over this one level. I just keep dying. It's like when you have to there's a level of the game where you're fighting these security guards, and then you have to kind of run before the actual gates close on you. And if they close on you, you pretty much are game over because the water will rush in and you'll die, which sucks. So I kept playing and kept playing. So those are some of the things where I would say there's an exception where it gets kind of annoying, you know. But yeah, that EXP boost event is great. So anytime you get any of those experience cards, they're gonna be the same as before, but when you're fighting enemies and stuff like that, it's gonna be doubled. So that's really good to know here. So pardon me here, let me get some more tea here. Oh, pardon me, coffee. Alright, so let's keep rocking and rolling here. We're gonna continue on to case 3. This is gonna get juicy, guys. It's getting better. So let's rock and roll.
So, what are you doing here again?
You know, the hippo made out with like all the women in accounting. That is good TV. Don't you have a girlfriend or maybe even a hot little boy toy? We can film the two of you whipping towels at each other.
Birdman, I was told that the documentary was a little lacking on your side. We have to show these people just how much we put on the table each day. The dangers of the job. The sexy dangers.
Oh,
like
God.
a crocodile in a miniskirt. Dangers?
This is not okay.
Boy, come with me. I'll show you how we cull the herd. Interns beware.
This reality show thing is getting out of hand.
Yeah, Phil asked me to replace the Dijon in the break room with mustard gas.
Survival of the sexy. Ha ha!
Mr. Birdman, I need your help.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
That just gets me every time. Oh my gosh. I like that non-committal. Chemical castration. It's Yaki Doodle.
Yaki Doodle, right? How's it hanging?
Doodle-doodle-doo.
My name was not to doodle, and then we changed it to chemical castration.
That's not okay. Oh my gosh, I'm like laughing so hard, my eyes are
I
watering.
changed it to nail gun.
Nail gun.
Well, when you're snapping wood, you need a nail gun.
So what are you in for, Nails?
Apparently, there's also a gangster named Nail Gun that robbed a bank. They think it was me.
Well, how hard can it be to prove a tiny duck didn't commit a bank robbery?
Dude,
This is a
I don't
case
think I
of
would ever
mistaken
get my
identity.
nails done in a nail salon, though. I'm not even gonna lie, because this is not to say all nail salons are bad. Don't get me wrong. I would go to Tippy Toes in Miami, though. If you guys have not seen that show, Boss Nails, oh man, that is craziness to the max. I don't know if I could work with that many crazy people like that. I don't think too many personalities. I don't know if I could handle that. But then again, at my job, it's kind of like that. Like, I got so many different personalities that, like, I have to deal with. It can get annoying. But, like, this week actually was a lot better. I think they're finally starting to get to know me a little better and think I'm not a weirdo. Because I swear, people think I'm some kind of freak. But sometimes, you know, being an outsider is okay, you know. I can be fine.
Hello, folks. I was Yaki Doodle.
Mr. Yaki Doodle, also known as chemical castration, aka nail gun. Yeah, pretty epic, man. Pretty epic. Look out! Alright, let's keep going. I like how they have him in a kiddie pool. That's epic.
Sorry I'm late. Flat tire. Anyway, this is the case of State versus Nail Gun. Let's just get on with it.
It's all pretty cut and dry. Someone going by the name of Nail Gun robbed the Iron Safe Bank on 3rd with a heist note. Then they picked up this duck going by the name of Nail Gun, and he signed a confession.
That was hilarious that he would sign a confession and not even, like, give his 2 cents, right? Seriously, crazy. So we got some evidence here.
Oops.
And that does not really look like his writing if you think about it. Right there, that heist note. So there's his writing there, pardon me. And there's that writing. So that's going to probably play in importantly later on the case.
Plus, a statement recorded at the scene of the crime claimed the masked robber was short and talked with a lisp.
Alright, so... the robber's mask, I would say.
I don't really see how the robber having a mask comes into play in this case at all. I mean, how many people in their day-to-day lives have to wear masks to get their job done?
The bird is right. The mask is inconsequential. Scratch it from the list.
And we got another emblem, which is always good, just in case if you do need it. So the thing we have to do is to make an argument concerning that lisp. Like, why is it such a big deal?
My client doesn't have a lisp.
What, are you kidding me? Hey, Duck, do you think you have a lisp?
Yeah, maybe he has a bit of a lisp.
He has a horrible speech impediment, obviously referred to as a lisp by the witness. Nothing further, Your Honor.
I like how people think, though, that like when you have a speech impediment, that it's like a bad thing. Like it's something that you shouldn't have, you know. But I've liked guys who've had like a little lisp or something like that. I find it kind of sexy, you know. It's a little edgy, you know. Oh my gosh. So. All right, so let's see what the testimony is going to be about. And if I'm quiet, I just want you guys to like read and hear what is going on.
Before I knew what was going on, I was arrested for robbing a bank. They made me sign a confession note, or else I would be in big trouble. I'm sorry everyone is so mad at me.
Alright, so I'm just applying today's item today. Here I have the CeeLo Bigelow Mentha Lip Tint in Plum Mint. I love it. It goes on my lips really smooth, gives me just a nice little hint of color. And if you can see this, guys, I am pretty much out. Like, I use this, like, every day. And I know I've said, like, 10 times in this sentence. Well, now 11. So, I'm, like, totally awesome, like. No. Alright, so let's get back into the cross-examination here, my friends. Alright, so something doesn't seem right here, especially when they said here, or when the duck here said that they made us sign me a confession note or else I'll be in big trouble. And honestly, let's look at that confession note.
Oops.
Let's present that confession note, to be honest.
This one with the chicken scratchings?
Yes, Mr. Bird, sir. This, and if I didn't sign it, I would get the electric chair.
I think this confession note says it all.
The duck signed a confession note admitting to the crime. How do you think that proves his innocence?
Simple.
Alright, so definitely, you know how he's innocent is honestly the handwriting. I mean,
this is my client's handwriting on the confession note. Be it hard to decipher, it proves that this duck did not rob the bank.
What? Ridiculous. How?
Okay, so we have to present that Yaki, pardon me, did not rob the bank. So if you think about it, look at this, look at the heist note. I mean, and then if you look at his writing, it's two different things. I think that's a really cool job, like when people are able to just like writing this decipher writing, and there are people who can actually figure out someone's personality by how they write too. So I thought that was
duck is innocent.
So, are you claiming that you're not a real lawyer, Birdman?
They have writing analysts or
do you have your legal license with you by chance?
So I think I'm gonna do that someday. I'm just really curious to think what they would think of my handwriting.
Seriously,
I'm still one of the very few people out here that did not learn manuscript properly.
For imprisonment.
I was just taught how to write cursive.
Bailiff, take him away.
So that's like all the writing. I mean, I should get better at my
correspondence school diploma at the office.
It's horrible. Oh my gosh,
Birdman,
so
have
bad.
someone bring me your
like
diploma,
really
and I'll
bad.
release you from prison. Maybe.
So let's keep rocking and rolling here, guys.
I'm in jail again. How could this
I like
happen?
his outfit. It's just hilarious
My
to me.
professional image.
I like how he has a do-rag on too, like he's Snoop Dogg or something.
That's it. I have to call Peanut and ask him to get my license to mentor.
All right, so we got a new profile here of Steven.
7 and 7 is my home away from home.
Pretty much. And the game's cool because it gives you just those little touches and little jokes here and there. Yeah, that's not a nice painting there, not gonna lie. So what we're gonna do now is we are gonna go to that prison phone. We gotta call somebody. Alright, so we're gonna talk to the prison guard here.
Hey, buddy, just need to sneak a quick phone call.
You don't have phone privileges.
Oh, discipline. I admire that. I'll tell you what, in exchange for the call, I will give you my pudding pack from lunch. Huh? It's vanilla.
Look, one of my snitches informed me that someone is planning an escape. Find out who and the phone is all yours.
You have a deal.
Alright, so now we gotta move on here to the social area. Oh, well, look at this sketchy character here. Here's Dum Dum.
Hey, you.
And
Are you
for
the
those of
new
you who
guy
are not
everyone's
familiar with
talking
Harvey
about?
Birdman, these
Harvey
are all
Birdman,
like characters
attorney at
from
law.
like pretty much I would think like
Check this
60s
out.
and 70s
I need
cartoons.
you to call this
if I'm
phone
not correct,
number.
definitely
Toilet
give me the
paper.
right information.
I
below,
usually ought to
but-
apply.
But these are a
Paper
lot
is
of
paper.
retro characters
Just
I grew
call
up
the
with,
number
like,
and
you
ask the
know.
man who answers.
So I
to
just think
take
it's so
out the
funny that they're
garbage.
using them in
Got
such a
it?
weird
It seems like a job for someone else.
No, you're gonna do it. You don't have no choice.
So that pretty much looks like it sounds like a setup to me personally. So I say no, I'm not doing that.
I'm not getting caught up in your evil schemes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who said anything about evil? Did you hear him call us evil?
So is this an 888 or a 555?
That's just, I love the random like Street Fighter random Street Fighter characters too. So we just got a secret movie, so we'll check that out later. And we got that evidence, which is that sketchy phone number. That just sounds sketchy right there. And we have the profile of Dum Dum, who he just looks sketchy to begin with, okay? So now we're gonna go back to Harvey's cell, which I'm surprised they're giving him all these privileges if you think about it. Alright, so let's talk to Mr. Burly Man.
So,
he looks kind of scary.
What have you been up
if
to
ask
today?
me.
Making friends?
Oh, that's an interesting cucumber you have on your bed.
I'm on garden detail. You tell anyone I'm smuggling cucumbers, and I'll kill you.
Okay, that was really pleasant.
How do I get to this garden? You know what? I'll just look around and find it.
So we have a new location open, which is the garden, and a new profile, which is, you know, Mr. Scary
Wanna hear
Man
me say
here.
something?
I like how they
Go
call him a
screw.
burly man. Hey, what's going on, viewer? How you doing? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Sexy burly man. I like that music too. It just adds such a sexy flavor. So let's move to this garden they speak of. And I love that no one likes Harvey Birdman. I think because he's put all these people away. They're all like pissed off. Look at that sketchy character there. Alright, so we're gonna talk to number 2 here.
Ahoy! Doing a little gardening?
Intense. A cross-pollination of bird and man. A Birdman, if you will.
Harvey Birdman. And I will.
That do-rag
Hello.
is just
I'm
killing me,
number
guys.
2.
I'll tell
Does the
you.
Birdman desire a genetically evolved potato? It is both delicious and filled with the power to get you through the day. More power than you could ever dream of.
Alright, so let's talk to him about these
Genetically
mystical
evolved.
potatoes that he
That
speaks
sounds dangerous.
of.
I'm just cracking open the potato potential by increasing their
And you know,
natural
it's still
electrons,
cold in the
filling them with
Midwest,
power,
guys. I
surging
swear,
their abilities,
like,
making them
it's just,
supreme
I
among the
hate that. Like when
tubers.
you're like,
So
well,
that
for
means
ladies
there
here,
is
you know.
something in
Well,
them?
some guys have
Nope,
boobs
just
too, but you know,
100%
it's like when your
Idaho
boobs
goodness.
are like feeling like 2 pieces of raisins and Raisin Bran. It's like time to turn up your heat, man. It's crazy. But let me tell you, shout outs to many of the people who are doing the job hunt, because it's not easy. Like, I've been looking for a full-time job, and it has been quite a struggle for me to find one. It has not been easy. So let's talk about this garden,
So, do you
shall
tend
we?
to this garden by yourself?
I have full access to the garden. However, some jerk decided to dump all these blue rocks onto it. It'll take me days to clear them all off.
Which is never a good time. So we got a new profile of
Genetic
#2
engineering
here.
is like nature's
He just
steroid.
looks sketchy to me, don't you think? Alright, so now we're gonna do a little examination, shall we? And then where you see this red symbol, that's where that's your highlighter here. So let's examine the pile of dirt, because that just looks sketch to me. And then we have a potato, so let's examine that. So that's always good. That's a dirty potato. Okay, let's take a look at that. And we get the dirty potato as evidence. Alrighty. Now, I'm gonna take a look at those pile of rocks there. They look kind of sketchy to me. But those seem to be the same rocks that came from the cell. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, so now we gotta move to my favorite place, the exercise room. Let's move over there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey, buddy. Do me a favor and don't mention this little fiasco to anyone in C Block. I got a rep to maintain. Okay? Okay?
Yeah, sure thing. What happened?
Every now and then these things get a mind of their own. They speed up, slow down, go backwards.
Really?
Yeah. There have been a lot of strange electronic glitches around the prison lately.
Yeah, that was pretty much a blast. That almost happened to me once. Like, I was on a treadmill. Speaking of that, my elliptical broke, guys. I was so pissed. Like, I was using it, and then the motor just started to burn out. So then I called NordiTrack, which is the producer of my elliptical, and they're like telling me I gotta pay like over $160 to have someone come out, and then that's not even including probably another $200 to $300 to fix it. So I was looking at it, I was like, wow, that's almost like $400 for me to fix this. So I'm saving up to get another elliptical, but meanwhile I've been doing a lot more dancing and stuff like that, so that's kind of been helping me to stay in a more decent shape. Because I just got to the point where I'm like, if I'm heavy breathing up a flight of stairs, no, I need to work out. Like, I need to get it together here. Okay, so we went to the exercise room. So we are gonna go back to Harvey's cell. So a lot of moving around in this episode, which is good. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna present those gray rocks to our lovely inmate friend here.
Look what I found in the garden! Blue rock!
Congratulations, you found a bunch of trash. Now get it out of here.
I know you're hiding something behind your back.
Okay, so we have to find a way to move Mr. Creepy prisoner guy here. So let's knock over that painting.
You leave me no choice.
And as you can see here, I was correct. There was a hole, some type of hole to get out of here. So let's examine that loose brick here. So someone is trying to get out of here. So we we have the classy loose brick with blue paint on one side. Alright. So now we are going to move back to the prison phone. And we're gonna present that blue brick.
There you have it, the evidence you've been looking for. Someone was digging a tunnel.
Wow, amazing work, Sherlock. Now just tell me whose cell you found this in and you can use the phone.
Okay. So we don't want to say... We want to say that it was from somebody else because
I found
that would
it
not be
in,
good for us, you know. Snitches get stitches, right?
It was those guys.
Those little guys?
Yeah, I found it in their cell.
Those little bastards. I knew it.
Okay, then.
Alright. So, now... Let's see here. Let's see. Alright, so let's present these painted bricks. Oh, these are gray rocks. Huh. Huh. Kinda stuck now. What to do? What to do? I think I have to move. Let's see. Move back to the exercise room, maybe? Alright, let's see here. Huh. And I think it's just a matter of moving around again here. Alright, so that's the garden. I think what I'm gonna do, let's move to the social area. There we go. So that's where we need it to be, the social area. Let me examine that toilet paper here. Like that, normally I would put that in my briefcase. I know people who carry toilet paper in their purse, but I don't blame them though. Like, this happened to me too. Like, I tend to use toilet seat cover, or I'll put toilet paper on the toilet seat because people are disgusting. Like, I went to the bathroom, right? And then I stood up off the toilet seat, right? Not, I know TMI, but like, there was like a weird looking, like, stain. And I was like, nope, nope, never doing that again. Like, that's not cool. Alright, so we have that. Let's look at this mayo. Alright, so we got container of mayo. Alright, let me look at that. Lunch tray. Then we have this weird stain too. It's kind of weird though, not gonna lie. Huh. So it just keeps saying there's toilet paper. Alright, let's see here. Let's examine the toilet paper, which we did. I think we're gonna move back to the exercise room, maybe? Yeah. Back to Harvey's cell? Huh. Huh, it's like I'm kinda... Alright, so we got a cucumber here. And we'll look at that. That's like a little doll. I think that's all I can do for my cell. let's move back to the social area. Let's move. Let's see, prison phone maybe? Oh, wait a minute, I see something here. Let's examine that. We got some more evidence here. So we got a nickel. And then we have another list. It has our name on there. That's not cool. Let's take a look. Oh boy, that looks like a hit list. That's never a good time. So let's look at that phone here. I think we may have to present the nickel to the phone, maybe?
Nope.
Okay, well, apparently we can't do that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, sorry guys, I know we're doing a lot of moving around here, but I'm just kind of trying to figure out what to do next. Because I can't grab the toilet paper here. Pardon me guys, I'm going to take a brief break here, and then we're going to get